Welcome to part 12 of e-swapping my Toyota pickup truck. Today, we're going to talk about brake boosters because stopping is important. A wise man once said that the combustion engine is essentially a grossly inefficient vacuum pump, and he's kind of right. So, on a combustion car, usually you have your intake manifold here where air gets pulled in and goes into your engine, combustion happens, all that good stuff. And since the engine is always pulling in air for combustion, that means there's always a vacuum inside of this intake manifold. What they do on combustion cars is they route a hose from your intake to your brake booster here, so that there's always vacuum pulling on that to help you press your brakes. If you've ever tried a car without power steering, you have to turn it really hard to steer the car. In a car without power brakes, you have to press the pedal pretty hard to stop, which can be a little unnerving if you've never tried it before. We could run this truck without power brakes, but they're definitely nice to have. So obviously now that we don't have a combustion engine, we no longer have an intake manifold to pull vacuum from. What I did was just created my own vacuum using an electric vacuum pump. I've taken the cover off of here just so we can see the control circuit, but essentially we can see it's routed from our brake booster here. We follow this line and it's plumbed into both the vacuum pump and this little reservoir thing so that the vacuum pump doesn't always have to be on. In terms of how it's controlled, because we don't have it running all the time, there is essentially a pressure sensor that controls the relay, which turns this on and off. So once it senses adequate vacuum pressure, it turns off the relay and the whole circuit is turned off. Once it rises above a certain threshold, it'll turn the vacuum back on. So there's a relatively constant vacuum helping you press your brakes, pulling that cylinder forward. And I'm only using this because I got it for free when I bought the motor. The better way to do this would be to use either a Tesla or a Honda Accord iBooster, which is in the newer hybrid and electric vehicles. There is an electric unit which replaces this whole thing, operates off of a servo motor, so it senses how much you're pressing your brakes, and then a servo motor kind of pushes a rod out to assist you instead of having a vacuum pull the other side. We're nearing the end of the series here, so I think there are going to be 1 or 2 more videos on instrumentation and programming. Check back in for the next one. I'll talk a little bit about the instrumentation in the cab of the truck.